So within the spinal engine pillar, everything revolves around working with this infinity pattern to improve our locomotion, brachiating, swinging, punching, etc., which all stems from our capacity to rotate into end range with the spine. And the four fundamental positions that will help us address these positions or this spinal movement the best are the coiling core positions. And we've got four. We've got two in the front, so they are called front side coiling cores, where we're addressing an external coiling core and an internal coiling core. And we've got a backside external coiling core and a backside internal coiling core. So these will be the four fundamental positions that we want to embed before proceeding with all of the different patterns and progressions inside of the spinal engine pillar. Now, to get acquainted with the different coiling cores, we're going to use a wall. The wall will help us with a little bit of balance and stability so that we can really iron out or get that contraction with the end range of our rotational capacity going. So we'll start with the front side coiling cores, where we want to bring one leg in front, or the front side coiling core refers to having the side that we're coiling into, the left side, the feet or the foot is then, or the leg is then in front of us. So in this case, what I want to do is I want to keep the lat of the lengthened side against the wall, so leaning against the wall. And then from here, what I want to do is I want to drive the knee forwards while keeping this nice parallel between the shin and the spine. So this is called the spine-shin congruency, but that means that I'm not leaning forward or backward where there's a separation in the direction of the spine and the shin. And I want to aggressively lean forward so that basically the rear foot is almost non-existent. So using the wall, leaning with this lat side against the wall, leaning forward, then I want to far steer one elbow, far steering meaning away from the body. So I'm far steering this elbow away, bringing the hand in, and with this side I'm coiling, which is near steering. So I'm near steering this elbow in an external fashion, which means that I'm contracting the lower lat. So external is engaging the lower lat, making that contraction very apparent. And from here, I'm keeping my eyes horizontal because this will get me out of balance. And then from here, leaning forward, contracting as hard as I can by pushing the shoulder blade down, making sure that there's not a tricep extension going on, but I'm really pushing down with the shoulder, far steering, holding this for the given amount of seconds, getting that contraction going, keeping that feet almost non-existent, and then coming out. So that is the front side external. Then with the internal, we're basically setting up the same thing. So keeping that spine-shin congruency alive, leaning forward, far steering the elbow, keeping this side against the wall. And then instead of contracting the lower lat, which is the external part, we're now going to an internal contraction, which is working more the front side, the oblique region. So again, bringing this elbow in, but instead contracting here, I'm bringing the elbow more in front, contracting the oblique. Again, leaning against the wall, contracting, contract, keeping the eyes horizontal for the given amount of time, and then you switch sides. So the front side coiling core will really address the positions that we use the most for locomotion, but then we move towards the backside, and backside is really with swinging, with punching, kicking, so also a very important position to embed. Basically the setup is the same in the way that we also make that engagement from the lat with the wall, but instead of having the front leg or one leg in front, we now have one leg in the back. What I want you to do is, in this case, I want you to increase the base of support slightly by creating a wider stance. Moving backwards give us a little bit more stability, and then from here making the same connection, so far steering, leaning against the wall. We're starting with the external coiling core, but in this case I want to lean back until I'm around 60 to 70% of my weight on this rear foot. Again, now contracting, so pulling the shoulder down, making that contraction, far steering, holding it, keeping the eyes horizontal. Perform for the given amount of repetitions, then coming out, setting up again in the backside. Now performing the internal backside coiling core. Setup is the same, leaning against the wall, 70% of the weight on the rear foot, but now bringing the elbow more in front, engaging the oblique. So these are the 4 fundamental positions that I want you to perform, of course, on both sides, and perform for the given amount of repetitions. Try to at least embed them before a session, because they are vital for all of the different patterns and progressions that we will work on within the spinal engine pillar, and also to make sure that once you locomote, you have the references inside of the body, or when you're punching or when you're doing rope flow, you have the references with this coiling core present. See you in the upcoming patterns and progressions.